Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us for this very special conversation. So, today I'm here with Anand Kasturi, an old friend of mine who's very graciously agreed to open his heart and talk to us about the experience he's had following the loss of his beloved spouse, to whom he had been married for 38 years. Yeah. Well, she was ill, as I'm aware. So maybe the loss was somewhat expected, but the grief that followed uh, was, I mean, there was anything but expected. Yeah. So thank you, Anand. Thank you for being here and your willingness to share this deeply personal journey. Um, uh, yeah, I see the goal of this session is to help more people understand the nature of grief. Yeah, and grief changes us in ways that we can never anticipate, isn't it? Yeah,
Absolutely,
we can never
absolutely.
prepare for. Yeah, so thank you very much. I think your agreeing to do this interview is an act of courage and a gift to others who may be walking a similar path but may be journeying it alone. So thank you so much for this. Yeah.
Yep, thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
And you're right about many things, Aruna. It was anticipated, but nothing really prepares you for the reality when it happens. That's
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Two is yes, I mean I found that anyway we can talk about it more, but I found that talking about things, connecting to other people with sort of similar experiences
Yeah.
has helped hugely, and therefore I'm very excited to do this
Yeah.
interview, and hopefully it will help people, figure out how they need to traverse that journey themselves.
Yeah. And one of the things to understand about grief is sharing is a form of grieving. Yeah. And so thank you. Yeah. Thank you for
Yes,
taking this opportunity as well. So maybe we start by you telling us a little bit about Poonam. Yeah.
Poonam. Yep. Oh, that's a difficult one.
Oh,
Without difficult without tearing up, but that's okay. Yeah, we understand the context. Everybody here. Yeah. Well, she was. I mean, I don't know what can I say. She was amazing. I knew her since 11th standard, right? So we met in high school,
yeah.
and then we got married 8 years later. I mean, we were not an item or anything. We went our own separate ways, but yeah, finally we saw the light and said, fine. We got married 8 years down the line,
Yeah.
and then were married for 38 years. And she was, uh, I'm an engineer. She was a designer and artist.
Mm.
Uh, and
You must be-
I'm a Tambram from South India. She's a Punjabi. I mean, we were as different as possibly could be, right? As two people could be. But I think that's part of the huge magic. So, and she was amazing. I mean, she was a designer, but I think a lot more than that. So, uh, she worked briefly after she passed out. She worked briefly with her dad in a factory that he had set up. But after that, she started a company with a friend called Industry Crafts, where she was trying to, bring more modern sort of approaches to traditional Indian craft and design, and see if we can make products. She can make products that will, hit the market. She
Yeah.
moved on from there to Srishti. She's one of the founding faculty of Srishti School of Art and Design. So
Yeah.
along with Geeta, she founded that school, and
Sure.
then she taught there for I don't know how long.
Yeah.
Then she moved on from that and started Daily Dump, which is about home composting. So all very different things,
Yeah.
but she was like that. So I started Daily Dump, which was her last thing, nearly 20 years. And at Daily Dump, she got feted by the World Economic Forum. She was the Social Entrepreneur of the Year from the WEF. She was on Shark Tank. She was here, there, everywhere. Um, yeah, and amazing person.
Yeah. 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 Much loved by the world.
Oh
Left a
yes,
legacy. Wherever she touched anything, it grew into something beautiful and made a mark on the world. Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. Yep.
Yeah. So, Anand, what was most surprising about your own grief for you?
Um, I think at the instant, and
Yeah.
for a while after she died, the most amazing thing is that life goes on. You know what I mean? Everything happens. The milkman is coming and collecting his coupons. People are driving around on the roads and honking. The sun rises and sets. Everything sort of moves on. The whole universe seems to be moving on. And I'm saying, my soul is crying and screaming and wailing, but
Yeah.
nothing stops. Absolutely nothing stops. And so the surprising thing was that, hello, you know what?
So your world has crashed, but the rest of the world
Yeah.
seems uncaring, and that can feel quite brutal, I think.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes, absolutely. But I won't say uncaring. It's not. It's not that they
Unnoticed.
were cold, but it's just. I mean, there seems to be no connect. You know what I mean, between my world and the rest of the world. So I'm wondering, am I not part of this world? Is this world not where I am actually living? Have I, sort of,
Yeah.
have I lost it? You know what I mean? Am I some spirit being watching something without actually being engaged with it? You know what I mean? It's difficult to engage with the world, which because they're asking same kind of questions, they're talking the same thing as before, and I can only, you know what I mean? For me, every breath in and out was, hey, Poonam's dead.
Yeah.
So that was a bit surprising, because I think one not expects, but one feels that, oh, cry and the whole world cries with you. Now, sorry, nothing like that happens. You're crying, you cry alone. Uh, that was surprising. Yeah,
This, the yeah, the fact that everything around seems unchanging, whereas your world has completely there's been
correct, correct,
overturned. Yeah.
correct, correct.
How does one hold the two together? Yeah. What does
Exactly.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
Does
yeah.
it still feel like that a year later?
Uh, a little bit, yes. A little
Okay.
bit, yes.
Yeah.
But uh, I think part of the I don't know. Anything sounds weird if I say part of the healing process. So it's not healing as if there was a wound. It's not a wound, right? It's a fact of life.
Yeah.
Part of the growth process. It's not that suddenly I started growing. I mean, I was growing all along in that sense. So
Mhm.
I think part of the whole life process, if you want to put it that way,
Yeah.
uh, is that one tends to then reconnect with everything in the ecosystem around and say, okay, all right. And so, how do I proceed? And if you look for signs, I've found that whenever I've looked and wherever I've looked for signs, they're there. That people respond, that people understand, that people,
Yeah.
uh, I don't know, empathize to some extent. There are signs. So it has,
Tell me
yes,
about
evolved.
some of these signs. Maybe some so unexpectedly the landscape of our it also changes the way we see people around us.
Oh, 100%.
Relationships, yeah, who you
Yes,
thought was close turns out to be uh,
absolutely.
some maybe betraying you in some way, and some support
Yep.
comes from the most unexpected source.
Yes.
So tell
So
us
on
about
on
that.
the positive side,
Yeah.
uh, my understanding of empathy
Mm,
changed completely. Completely. I mean, it was mind-blowingly different because the most of the connections I had immediately for the 6, 8 months after Poonam died, most of my connections were people who had also lost a spouse.
mm,
And these are people, some of them I knew very well. One is a very good friend. And then I mean, I know when she lost her spouse, who was also an extremely good friend, I did all the right things. I said
mm,
uh, all the things one says, and I meant them. But I told that person that only now I understand what you were going through at that time, and the sense of empathy is completely different. There are others who lost a spouse 10 years back, some, you know, uh, more recent, maybe 5 years, 6 years, whatever. But there is an instantaneous connect with them. I knew these people before, but
mm,
nowhere in the level of at the level of depth and understanding and empathy that they connect with me and I connect with them now. And
mm.
I think that is something which has been a when you said about surprising, uh, it's mind blowing. It's hugely positive. Um, Also, of course, at the same time, there are people, I mean, there are people who showed up. Again, I don't know them very well, but they just showed up and said, "We know what you're going through. We are there, we are with you." Uh, Made such a huge difference. I think this human connection is
Yeah.
a is a really, really big deal. It's a big deal. Um, and because the people who turned up, I remember two very distinctly, a couple who had lost their child. It was not a spouse. I think one step worse than losing a spouse is perhaps losing a child, right? So they lost their child some years back. Again, I know them not that well, but when they lost their child, I did all the right things. And I don't know where they live or anything like that, right? I didn't know. But they turned up home, and then, the kind of conversation we had, the kind of bonding or, connect we had, qualitatively is at a different level altogether. And at the same time, close family. There are close family who don't say anything. They drop in at home and they just say hi and then they move on. So I don't know. I mean, I thought about it, and I think one of the thoughts, I was talking about it with my son. He said maybe they don't know what to say. Maybe they're afraid they may say the wrong thing, or they may say something idiotic or whatever. I don't know, but maybe they just,
Yeah.
or they feel that it's better, you should have some space and you should be left. I don't know where they what their thinking
The
is, but
assumptions they
but
make
you're
is
right, it's not betrayed, but it just feels so, I don't know, it's a bad taste in the mouth, you know what I mean, when that happens. But that is so much smaller and fewer than the positive connects, which is great in my case.
I'm so glad for that because I am aware that a lot of grieving people have a second added layer of difficulty because of the pressures they experience from people, the responses they receive.
Yes.
They are grappling with their own grief, but also
Yeah.
grappling with responses that somehow minimize them or diminish them or confuse them.
Yeah, yeah. And like I said, I mean, that's a chicken or egg thing, right? So because people may feel uh, reluctant to add any pressure or put any, or seek any response, they may not engage.
Yeah.
But that can, to a
That
grieving
can
person, that can
they
come
go
across
into
as being
isolation.
cold. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
correct.
But I'm so glad. And you're saying that once you've experienced this grief, the capacity to empathize with another grieving person just increases enormously.
I
Yeah.
won't, I'm not only saying increases, I think it changes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
See,
It's
my understanding, I'm speaking for myself, of empathy before was more a intellectual, a cognitive thing. That, do I understand the other person? Can
yeah.
I see it from their point of view and all that?
Yeah.
But suddenly, when you actually experience it yourself,
Yeah.
and such a huge thing, this grief,
Yeah.
uh, it changed my understanding. So it's not just increase, but it's a different thing altogether. Uh,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
amazing, yeah. And I think if you look at AI, for one of the side topics,
Yeah.
there's a lot of talk about AI being empathetic. You know what I mean? And there are a lot of people. There's a lot of research saying
A lot
AI
of
can
people, they say the biggest use of AI currently is that of a therapist. Yeah.
Yes, but
That with
AI
AI.
cannot experience this empathy
Yeah.
because it cannot go through it, right? It has not experienced it, so it knows what it is, knows
Yeah.
in the sense of cognitively, intellectually, understands it, intelligence after all. But at a I don't know, that experience is at a deeper level than intelligence, and that is what has changed. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So sometimes we say we have a fix it culture, right? The
Mm,
expectation that people have is that you move on somehow.
yeah.
What is your own experience of grief? Yeah, it's been a year.
Yeah.
How has your grief in any way transformed over 1 year? Or what have you understood about grief over a period of 1 year?
Yeah, that's a big one. And I really can't say I've fully understood it myself, because you also read, right? People like Julian Barnes or Joan Didion, they've written about it. Julian Barnes, I think, wrote that book of Levels of Life 4 or
Yeah.
5 years after he lost his wife.
Yeah.
Joan Didion began writing it, and she calls it 1 year of magical thinking, which was 1 year after she lost her husband.
Yeah.
Um, and you read Julian Barnes, you can make out he's not moved anywhere. It's there. Yes, okay, there's a lot of deeper understanding. Your perspectives enlarge and shift and grow and mature.
Yeah.
But the grief itself doesn't change. It doesn't reduce. It doesn't go away anywhere. Every moment of every day, because it's like, and this, I think this is I'm speaking it specifically from the case of a spouse,
Yeah.
because you have both a combination of both grief and loneliness, right? So there was this person that you were with, and I mean, all husband
Everything.
and spouse will have a husband and wife team. You have some rituals that you do. You have some specific words and meanings, and almost your own language that you use to describe things. You have your own ways of approaching stuff, right? And you feel or do or say something which is just a word or just a gesture, and the other person knows exactly what you're talking about.
Mm.
And now there's nobody, right? So I feel like some rare Andamanese island guy who there is nobody who speaks my language. And that's kind of a loneliness is another big deal with grief. So
Mm.
one of the things I have found is that the grief doesn't go away,
Mm.
but I think my and when you say fix it, I'll start there. I think that's a beautiful point you made. And a lot of people typically, and I'm not excluding myself, I mean, we try and find solutions, right? We say, can we solve it? Now the thing is, you can't actually solve it. You can't, there is no solution. You can't replace that loss. You can't change what's happened. You can't go back. Okay. So there is no solution. All you need to do is just be there for
Mm.
the person. Just be there and just say, hey, I'm there for you.
Mm.
Now that is something not many people realize,
Yeah.
right? And so, uh, but when you have people who are there, who just, who are there,
Or around you who are
yeah, some who are physically present, some who are maybe, long distance, but
emotionally.
still, they're there.
Mm.
You can relate. I am telling you my experiences, and sometimes it's just a WhatsApp. I ping them one sentence, they ping me back, and I know that they've got me. You understand? They know exactly what I'm going through.
Mm. Mm.
Um, and that is magical. I mean, that is really magical because, as I said, it's not that the grief goes away,
Mm.
but you tend to context it within a larger thing of it's not just me alone. See, the reality, Aruna, and all of us know this, is that everybody is going to die. Okay.
Mm.
We all, of course, live like we assume we're going to live forever, but the fact is we're all going to die. Okay, fine. I don't have to get up every morning, and I don't think that works. That, oh, I'm going to die, I'm going to die. In fact, if somebody says that, we say, cut it out, right? I mean, focus on life, not on death, right? Death will happen, but we don't know when that's going to happen.
Mm. Mm.
The problem, and I was telling somebody that I can ask saying, will I be rich? I don't know. Will I be famous? I don't know. Will I be successful in this endeavor? I don't know. Will I die? Yes, for sure. You know what I mean? It's almost something that's
Yeah,
unshakable as a truth.
it's the constant. Yeah.
It is.
Mm.
But I've also discovered another thing, and that is there's another truth, and that is somebody close to you is going to die before you. That's a
Mm.
fact.
Mm.
Okay. And I think that second one is the one that we are less prepared about.
Mm.
The first one, see, once I die, okay, I'm dying. Okay, I've died. And then, I mean,
Mm.
depending on what you believe about consciousness or God or religion or not, as the case may be, whatever happens after death is up for, okay, the jury is still out.
Mm.
But when somebody close to you dies before you, and every one of us is going to experience that. It is going to happen. It could be a parent, could be a sibling, could be a spouse, okay, it could be a child. And we say, I wish it never happens. What rubbish. It's going to happen. And so that grief is going to definitely occur.
Mm.
Um, and so it's not some new thing that we've never heard of. And I think everybody's gone through it. And perhaps there is truth in everybody grieves in their own way. The grief has its own, I don't know, different contours for different people based on their own background experience. One of the things I've found, for example, is women who single, that means widows who lose a husband, life is very much more difficult for them, at least in the Indian context, where the people I've spoken to, the women I've spoken to who've lost a husband, as compared to a husband who's lost a wife. Uh, it's exactly like you said earlier. It adds a
Yeah.
sorry.
I said cultural complications. Yeah.
Huge, huge. There are lots of expectations. One, I mean, fully adult woman I spoke to who had lost her husband, she has a fully grown son. Okay. And when she lost her husband, she says, the first thing my family says is, okay, so now you're going to go back and live with your parents. And she said, excuse me, why? I mean, I love my parents. They love me and they're here for me now. And I know all of that. But hello, I've got my own life. But there is an expectation. You know what? You can't do this. You can't speak to people. Where are you going all by yourself? Now, I haven't been asked any of those questions because presumably I'm a man, you know what I mean? And then we have different rules. So I think there is also a gender issue when you're saying, when you're talking about this fix it and, rules and pressures from other people. And that adds you can imagine, right? It adds so much to their already grieving self that, there are all these weird pressures. Luckily, I didn't have those. I didn't have any of those pressures. So for me, I would say the ecosystem was that much easier to deal with. But that is separate, right? The grief is still very much there. What has helped me? What has helped, I think, is two things. One is my own um, sense that um, that I that life goes on. Like I said, the surprising thing that I told you about right at the beginning, one of the learning from that is that life has its own spirit and power and force, which is unquashable with this kind of loss, right? So one person is dead. Okay, so what? Everything moves ahead. And everybody says, it's things that are born, they grow, they age, they die. I mean, this is the natural cycle of life, and there is no escaping it. And so my own sense, like Julian Barnes' book, for example, I related so deeply to everything he'd said, except for one thing where at one point, he writes about how he felt suicidal, right? And he said, maybe, I don't know, should I end it all? Now, I never felt that at all. I'm not saying nobody does. I'm not patting myself on the back for not feeling it. But it so happened I didn't feel it because I said it has, I think life goes on. And so goes on, meaning that I need to continue breathing in, breathing out, waking up in the morning, going to sleep at night. You know what I mean? The stuff has to happen. I think that conviction that I am part of life, and for whatever reason, I'm still alive, and so I need to continue. I'm not breathing in with a conscious decision that I need to breathe in. It's an involuntary thing, and like that, involuntarily, one has to sort of get on with it. That was one piece. The other that has really helped is connections with people. What I said earlier in terms of engaging with people. I mean, just to put it in perspective, I have always been an extremely introverted, shy, reserved guy. I don't talk to people. I don't engage much. And it's 2 years ago, it would have been unthinkable for me to engage so many and make new friends and talk to people and reach out to them and all of that. Unthinkable, because that's me. That I didn't see myself like that. But something woke that piece of me up, right, after Poonam's death. And because people reached out, like I said, uh, who I never expected to. And I found that engaging with people, connecting with them, is so, I don't know, life-giving, is so soul-enriching. That has really, really helped. I mean, that's one big deal. The third thing is that I've also started to experiment with my own life a lot, right? So I'm learning all kinds of new things. I find creative stuff. I mean, this is my experience for myself. I don't know how much one can generalize it,
No,
but
when we realize that the world moves on, then say, well, I'm going to do only what gives me joy. Yeah. For whom am I living? Yeah. It's only for myself. Yeah. So
Yes.
yeah. Go ahead. Tell us about it.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. So I've tried new experiences. I've been writing a lot, and I find that works enormously for me, right? It helps me put down stuff.
It's very
Um,
healing, isn't it? Writing.
Huge, huge. Now, writing, okay, so writing in terms of writing and writing pieces and, uh, all of that, that's one piece. But also just journaling. I mean, in May last year, so it's just a few days or weeks after Poonam died, a friend recommended saying, "Do you journal?" I said, "No. I mean, I know what it is, but I don't do it." And she said, "Just do it. It helped me a lot when I lost somebody." So, in the night before, for me, she said, that is for her. In the night before she slept, she said, I would just write everything that came to my mind. No structure, no nothing, just write. I
Yeah.
said, "Yeah, okay, let me try that." I
Yeah.
cannot tell you how useful that was. I mean,
Mhm.
it was stellar. Uh, and even recently, people said, "Do you have any trouble sleeping?" And I said, "I have zero trouble sleeping." And I know, I mean, generally have zero trouble sleeping, but in those early days after Poonam died, I know for a fact that journaling and just putting everything down, and then you are left in a state of
Mhm.
I won't say joy, but peace, at least peace for sure, right? Um, so that's great. And so writing worked for me in another context, or in other contexts also. But it could be other stuff. It could be gardening, it could be pottery, it could be cooking, art, music. I don't know what it is, but exactly like you said, you need to open up parts of yourself that perhaps you didn't touch earlier. And there are plenty, I can tell you that. Everybody's got a whole lot of hidden talents inside. You don't have to be good at it. You don't have to be the best musician in the world, but just do it. Just enjoy yourself doing it. That's my learning.
Yeah. Yeah. So, is there, if there are other people going through this, what you're going through, what is your advice to them? They may be isolated, and our hope is to somehow connect in some way to this is
Yes.
the magic of technology, right? We
Yeah.
can help people who are not connected to us. What might be something you might want to say specifically to those who are walking this path?
I would Two things come immediately to mind based on all we've just been talking about. And one is, reach out to other people. Don't try and do this all by yourself.
Mm, mm,
Even if you are in the even if you're the kind who says, I can do everything by myself. You know what I mean? I'm
yeah.
nobody understands me. People can't have they've told me these things, right? uh, I've even I mean, another thing is that I started working with a therapist a few weeks after Poonam died. And that was also incredibly helpful. When I ask people saying reach out to a professional, they say, no, 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 no. How will that help? It'll help you. Don't understand, but it will help. All right, therapy may be a little bit too much for people. I don't know why, but for consume. But
But tell them how it helped you, and it's their choice.
yeah, absolutely. And I do that. So I explain to them saying how it helped me, because it it's just a space where I can help reflect, right, and see things for myself, put myself out there, say everything I want to, and then say, what, this is what I'm doing. So what's my next step, right? How do I go forward? How do I how do I deal with this? It has helped a lot. But even if it's not therapy, I'm saying just reach out to others. That's my number one mantra would be, don't try and do it all by yourself. Don't be alone. There are always people who love you. There are people who empathize with you, who engage with you, especially people who have gone through a similar process before, a similar
Yeah.
experience earlier. It's magic. And
Mm,
two is what we were just saying, and that is, do stuff, do things. Don't sit quiet. Okay. Um and do things which are different from what you had done before. It's not the same routine of life, but see if you
mm,
can expand your horizon, learn new stuff. There is
mm,
magic in wanting to learn things.
mm.
Do creative stuff. As I said, the goal is not to be great at it, but the goal is just to, you know,
Yeah.
to get out of that shell yourself.
So I hear you say to not withdraw from the world,
Right.
because that's the tendency in grief, to go into hiding, because you
Correct.
need that space for yourself. To take that space, but also to reconnect and reclaim your capacity for life. Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
grief can coexist with it. Uh,
Absolutely, it can.
yeah. And
Yeah.
my experience as a therapist, in my work with grief, people have found that grief is not a single emotion. Yeah. And that
Yes.
have been yours too, that there's fear, there's anger,
Yes.
there's rage also sometimes.
Yes.
There may be some love, some aspects of joy. We don't know what mix it is.
Yes, yes, you're absolutely spot on. It's a mix of a lot of emotions, all of them very strong, all of them very huge. So yes, don't do
Guilt,
it alone.
all
Yeah,
of that. So to not feel guilty about feeling these range of emotion. There is no expected emotion in grief.
correct.
Sometimes people feel so numb when they say, "Am I not human?" But that's also okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
So sometimes therapy can offer a space to just make sense of the puzzling things that are going on for us.
yep.
Yeah. So I think that's a
Yeah,
great.
and talk about it. I mean, I freely tell people, hey, I've lost my wife 1 year back. I mean, in those days, I would say I lost my wife a few months back.
Yeah.
Um, don't be shy, and
Yeah.
it brings out the best in others.
Okay.
Suddenly they change, the way they talk with you. I mean, I've had, when I was traveling abroad, I had a discussion with a immigration guy at the airport, right? And he was
Yeah.
quizzing me a lot, saying, why are you coming and you're traveling alone, but what are you going to do here? And I said, I've just come for a holiday and alone, and where are you going, what, there was a lot of
Yeah.
not a very he was not very convinced, right? He didn't think I was a very credible guy. Then finally at one point I told him, listen, I had lost my wife a few months back, and
Yeah.
I'm just taking this time and as a break to be
Yeah.
by myself. He just looked at me and said, sorry about that, fact, he stamped it and gave it to me instant.
Yeah.
uh, Most unexpected places, right? Don't be afraid to say it. People respond, the world responds, the universe responds.
Yeah. I think it's such a common connection,
Yes.
humans. It's such a condition that no one is beyond it, and
No.
people understand the grief associated with it. It softens them. I think it puts
Correct.
things in perspective. Yeah, the little petty things that we would, but we can see the human, or see the person,
Correct.
the
Correct.
vulnerability. I'm glad you're seeing it positively, because a lot of people actually get more wounded by the responses of the world, but you are able to see the kindness and the softness. So at least that is a
Yeah.
blessing. Yeah. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Aruna. Thank you very much.
How was this for you, Anand?
It was very good. Like I said, this ability to talk about it,
Yeah.
the is something I wouldn't have guessed I had, more than a year back. But I think it's a very powerfully helpful process. So yes, thank you. And I'm very happy to talk to anybody about it. And if anyone can be helped through this to manage or deal with their own grief, that's fantastic.
Thank you. And I can see how the feelings are right here. Yeah. It's not that
Oh,
it
100%.
just
Correct.
doesn't kind of, there's no moving on. This is the feeling.
No, it's not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely correct. You don't move on. It's
Yeah.
right there. For me also, it's a hair's breadth away for me to
Yeah.
just sort of break down and, crack up. But that's okay. I mean, that's life. That's how it is. We are
And
fragile,
maybe to give
and
us,
yet we are strong.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Vulnerability is also strength. Allowing yourself to be
correct,
vulnerable is a strength. Yeah.
correct, correct. Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, so thank you. I think I want to close by saying that I hope the sharing makes all those who are grieving less alone. Yeah, and I hope a world at large has gained a little more understanding about grief. Yeah, and yeah, so thank you for your generosity, for your,
Thank you, Arna. Thank
yeah,
you.
and wish
Seriously,
you a wonderful life ahead. Thank you so much. Yeah,
thank you. Bye.
bye.